speak to you about the noise. You are probably aware that we have received, or the traders department have received noise complaints about the unloading and offloading of the markets, your stalls. So are you aware of the complaints that has been received? Did anybody speak to you about the complaints that has been received?
We have heard a lot.
Okay.
We have heard a lot, yes.
You are aware of it? Okay, all right. So that was the need then for us to come and speak to you. So what we'll basically do today is, because that's actually not a mandate of the noise control unit, but because you are on a plane, on a market, that's public open space, so that is actually the area which law enforcement controls, and they were supposed to be here, but they are not here. So we'll just take you through a lot of regulations, because that's what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I'll quickly take you through some of the regulations. The Western Cape Noise Control Regulations, the bylaw relating to public places, streets, and the prevention of noise nuisances, and then the Informal Trading bylaw. So what we have done is we went and then we looked at the different pieces of legislation pertaining to noise nuisance. So what is a noise nuisance? Let's skip that one. I already mentioned that. So what is a noise nuisance? It means any sound which impairs or may impair the convenience or the peace of a reasonable person. What does that mean? Whenever I'm in my house and all of a sudden people started shouting, screaming outdoors, maybe I am in a relaxed mode at home, I want to have a thing called a noise nuisance. In the noise department, we go out, we have machine instruments, sound amplifier or loudspeaker system, or any similar device producing, reproducing, or amplifying sound. Market or advertise any article or service for sale. You do that. You market your services. But you don't go and shout and scream. What do you do to market your service?
We don't actually market.
You don't market anything?
We don't market it.
Okay, alright. Allow an animal to make noise, discharge fireworks, build or construct or repair, modify, operate and test vehicles. That's not use or discharge any explosive firearms. Carry on, Dana. Except in an emergency, emit the sound or cause the sound to be emitted by means of a bell, a siren, a hooter, a static alarm, whistle, loudspeaker, or similar device. Operate machinery, power tools, garden tools. Now here it comes. When you load, unload, open, shut, or in any other way handle a crate, a box, a container, building material, a rubble, container, or any other article, or allow it to be loaded, unloaded, open, shut, or handled. Then we goes on, drive, operate a vehicle, vessel, model aircraft to allow it to be driven or operated, or make any other noise that could cause a noise nuisance. That is in terms of the Western Cape Noise Control Regulations that we as the Noise Control Department look at. Now we go to the other part of the bylaw, which is relating to streets, public places, and the prevention of noise nuisances. This is the law that's been dealt with by law enforcement. You are in a public place, and law enforcement deals with public places. We don't deal with public places. So it is any area, parking area, a square. You guys are on a square. A park, a recreation ground, sports ground, a sanitary lane, an open space, beach, shopping center on municipal land, unused or vacant municipal land or cemetery, which has, in connection with any subdivision or layout or land into urban lots or plots being provided, reserved, or set apart for use by the public or the owners or occupiers of such urban lots or plots, whether or not it is shown on a general plan, plan of division or diagram. At any we are looking at B. Can go over. Now, in terms of the streets and public places as noise nuisance, say that no person shall in a public place cause or permit to be caused a disturbance by shouting, screaming, or making any other loud or persistent noise or sound, including amplified noise or sound, or permit noise from a private residence or business to be audible in a public place except for the purposes of loudspeakers, announcements for public meetings, or due to the actions of street entertainers. Okay, then we look at the informal trading bylaw, which also, all of these bylaws has a nuisance factor to it. So this one includes nuisance, includes but is not limited to an act or omission which is offensive, injurious or dangerous to health, or which materially interferes with the ordinary comfort, again, interferes with comfort, convenience, peace, or quiet of the public, or which adversely affect the public at large. No person shall carry on a business as an informal trader in a manner which creates a nuisance. Now, in terms of how there's a standard operating procedure in terms of how we need to deal with noise complaints, okay? So I think that is why we are here today. We're not going to go through that whole process. But we are here today just to inform you that there are noise complaints. Noise complaint has been received about the loading, the offloading, the sounds that are coming from your trading areas. We can skip that because that is basically what your stores look like. Okay? That's just a picture of the buskers, the choirs that are singing. Here's the noise complaints. What is it about? It's about the setting up and the breakdown of the stores, transporting of your equipment, the stock, laying out of trading equipment, loud human voices, and the busking. So this person is saying, however, if you wish to raise a concern regarding the noise levels caused by the daily setup of vendor stores, particularly in the early morning. Why in the early morning? Because that is most of the times that people maybe could have worked night shift. Their children wants to sleep a little later, or they've got elderly people, sick people, and they are being disturbed. Okay. The clanging, the scraping of metal structures being assembled on the pavement can be quite loud, especially as the sounds echo off the buildings into nearby residential spaces. So the same, okay. But that is, the person also states at the bottom there is elderly families with young children, individuals dealing with mental health sensitivities. So noise affects people. Do you know when your neighbor plays from 5 o'clock till 3 o'clock the next morning the same tune? Doof, 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 and you want to go sleep because you're tired. What do? You get upset later. And you go bang on their door. Listen here, I'm going to go sleep. I need to go work, or my children needs to sleep. You get? It affects you. So noise affects people in different ways. But today we are here to maybe find some solutions. If you can tell us what can we do to mitigate the noise? How can your stalls be set up in a way that does not cause a nuisance? So we have thought about a few things that you can do. The careful handling of the stall components, the stock items. Maybe identify where is your nearest noise sensitive receptors. Do you know where the nearest residential complexes are, where the nearest residents?
All around the square.
All around the square. Avoid using loudspeakers.
The only building that the people don't live there, it's a leader's house.
Mm-hmm.
But the other, the leader's house and the protein insurance,
Yeah.
Those are the only buildings that there's no residential.
No residential.
But
Okay.
Yes, the living.
All right. You thought of noise barriers? What can be a noise barrier? Something that blocks the noise. What can you put around your store maybe, or what can you use to block the noise off? Manage your hours. Early morning and the late evening activities. You have a designated setup and breaking up time. Instead of 6 o'clock, what time do you actually start trading? Can't you set up like a little bit later in the day?
Actually, what I think we can do is talk with the people who set up. That can reduce noise.
Okay.
We can talk to the people who set up. When they time for setting up, if they can put the inventory stuff on the floor. Quietly.
Okay. Don't you think that when you set up, maybe have something like a rubber or foam mat there you can lay your stuff on,
We can try that.
so that it don't.
We can try that also.
It doesn't last because it's
Doesn't
because
last.
because of the iron. You know, the iron will break it eventually, so it doesn't. It
Okay.
really doesn't. The only thing or solution is like we like to be permanent, like we don't dismantle the stuff and something like that.
Okay.
That could
but
really
because
work.
of the weather, you will have to. Otherwise, if it's raining, and then what's gonna happen to your stuff?
Not the stuff. The stuff can be taken away, but the iron can
But
be left
the
there.
structure.
The structure can be left there. To my
Okay,
thinking,
And I don't think would the city allow that. No.
that could be the
Yeah.
only solution. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
basically.
And you can't use any other material because the iron structures is the more stable that will keep and hold your
Yes.
stall for the weather, especially in this windy.
Something else will break in a week or in a month's
It's gonna be
time.
too weak, yeah.
Yeah.
When those metals they break,
Yeah, they break.
every
They
time
still
you keep
break.
on.
The metals also break.
Yeah.
Too much.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. All right.
How about you can try like this, madam, you leave the stand there. You have security there, you have 24
Yeah,
security.
that is the only solution,
If you
maybe.
leave your stand there, the security can look after it. So you can't, stone them and once in a while.
Okay, she will have to put that down, and that is a way that we can minimize the noise, the packing and the It's from Monday to Friday then.
They are there 24
Monday to Monday.
They are there 24 hours. Security, they are there 24 hours.
Yeah? 24 hours
Yeah,
security.
there is security 24 hours.
Actually,
Oh,
if
okay.
that could be the solution, then the noise will no longer be there because basically the dropping of the iron, the making the setup. That
so
is where.
is it the same people that's
Yes.
there every day?
Every
day.
There's not, and you have the same number, the stall is the
You are
same
the
number.
same place every day.
Yeah.
You are on the same space every day.
Every
Yes.
day. So
Okay.
for this solution, the best way to take this problem away is to leave the setup the way it is.
Yeah.
We can take the product, but the setup, the iron, the main setup can be left there.
Okay, so you
Yes.
just take your product in the evening with
Yes.
you, and in the morning you just come and
Display.
put it back. And-
Yes.
Yeah.
The products, the boxes don't make noise.
Yeah. But the iron, the removing of the iron,
Iron is
because
the problem.
that is the main problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
She will have to discuss it, and she must take that away from the meeting.
Okay.
So have demarcate zones and control density. What did you say there? Demarcate the zones.
I think that was to say that not having too many stores. I don't know if the number is being managed.
How many stalls do you have on one spot?
So the schools that we have in the market square, it's plus minus 150 traders.
150.
And that's a managed number for
That's a managed number of traders.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we did say better PR structures, quiet the storefront to reduce the clanging and the echo, and maybe community awareness. And then the other thing is a bit of signage at your trading site. just to prohibit loud talking, shouting, and being quiet during the setup and your breakup. Yeah, so that is just. So from your side, what else do you think can be done to minimize noise?
Just get that back on board, please. Use that one is something to what can be done there first that I want to do. We have requested quite a lot of this. It's not a new concept. So when I got here and they said it's a meeting, I wanted to know if it's a workshop, it's a management issues, but now I have seen that. So we are related to all those things that you're saying.
Oh, okay.
The heritage, we have demand. In all these things, to try and work on it. We are not happy to be making noise. We get ready to trip for a greener pastor to have also a bread on our table. So we there for a purpose, and that square has been there. I know that those all come from complaints, and we are concerned. We don't want to damage the formal traders, the hotels, the residents. We don't want to do that. But now, this is it. I think some of, I let them speak because they should be the people talking. Where I listen, now they are done, then I just want to break on that to bring you a picture of what is happening. And where do we find ourselves with that, and how can it be managed? The first thing I want to tell you is fine. It has come again, we're working on that. So when we live here with this, now we're going back to our people to try the maximum best we could do. But in the reality, what we are using are those makers and pushing those canopies there to bring it from the dead. Eventually, those couple stones increase noise. It's not just that we are noisy people that just stand there and be shouting, you know. Those irons are metal to climb up and break them down. Sometimes we put them in one, you know, we have 150 something stops. This one is removing, this one is removing. When those noise stop added, you know, can, and on those stones. So, one of the traders just say, okay, it's fine. So take this, because the heritage have refused it. But right now that you want to do that, let's work all together. In those structures, I promise you, they can be left like that. On that place, you will not have those noise.
Exactly.
If the structure that we put there, because we don't rotate places, if one place for one person is a place that we use for decades. But they have refused that we should not leave those structures there. If those structures can be permanent, we're going to reduce that noise. Secondly, the cleansing on that side, we are not there. You must understand also, it's not only we. I want you to be aware of those noise. They should also speak about people that have businesses around them. The noise factor is coming also from the resident there and people that have extra businesses around there, keeping people, the shouting that are coming also from there, like the supermarket and some of our areas there, that guys are staying there, they move up in the morning, it's quite a lot of noise. What business they are doing there is none of me. We're talking about Green Market Square, how we can manage our own. We don't care about people's business. Now we try to be good neighbors also with the informal traders and within everybody around them. So we are concerned on that. So the first thing I want to tell you as leadership, when we go back to the market, for now being, while people are thinking, we also want to guarantee you, we're also going to try to see what we can do. We need to improve the environment and listen to one another. We should not disturb other people. As you put the design of factory, I want to give you the idea to live here with something that we can.
Night shift, also sleeping or just staying in the area. The moment you become aware of something, you do behave a bit different because you're now wary, okay, these people staying, these people. So maybe they
I don't know about how many, 12, 15. You see, now we have a lot and they take like an hour each group. So which it contributes too much noise in the long hours of singing. So what we suggest, before they used to not to be in one location, they used to move and they know, those who are there a long time, they know which location they used to go and stay and sing. So for now, they just base in one location, which is opposite that I'm talking about, the Shagraba. From most of the time, they start 7 o'clock until late in the evening. So it's non-stop music. But if we can work together, we love music and it's entertainment to the tourists. Remember, it's a touristy area, so tourists love it. Actually, it calls, there's some customers come, tourists come to the market square, asking where is the music, what time are they starting, all that. We tell them 7 o'clock they will be here, and indeed 7 o'clock they will start, which is good. We love it, and they have our support as well. We want them to be there. But like I said, or like you're saying, 30 minutes, move from this location to another location, to another location. Then there is like 3 locations at the square. So when we tell them, you can sing here about 30 minutes and then move to that location, most of them they don't know. But if you can get them and talk to them, and we can work together, I think that can be something to
I think the only reason for like long hours in one spot and the lot of choirs in one spot, that is because of inavailability of spaces, because we come from like different communities, right? And since you can't, like there's and like you said, there's no permit, so there's nothing that says only 3 groups would mask for like this day and then following. So it makes it not easy, because the moment you arrive, it's already like there's a long line. And if ever maybe you move, you don't stay there for like you get a chance to sing. Maybe you won't sing for the rest of the day. This thing that we actually sing from the morning till like 9 is not true, because of there are like lots of groups. And trust me, there are lots of groups. So if ever we can come up with like maybe, we can do 45 minutes, because I remember last week we actually like moved by securities. They said it's 45 minutes now, you have to move for another one, and we didn't see a problem with that. We moved, and I actually think that would work. Actually, if ever maybe, I think this thing actually like exceeded, because of there are like more groups, and secondly, gardens has like time slots from 10 to 12 only basking time. So the most of the time whereby like we can bask on, it's green market. So I think that is why like we are mostly there. But we do try and move along. But people are people, so we have to like talk down that we have to do it like 45 minutes and move, and then we can actually make 30 minutes break in between after 3 choirs, kind of thing that will actually make things.
It sounds like the schedule's going to help, like a choir.
I have a schedule.
Okay.
After the choir,
Okay.
after the choir dance group, to vary the activity, and then later maybe a choir again or some instrument. So that there's a variation. Because that's what you're saying is, I understand now, because we were involved with gardens as well. We know there were some complaints as well. And now it's been concentrated at Green Market Square. Okay. So I think I'm not going to keep everyone long about it, but we'll have a lot of conversations.
So now I want to hold people accountable. I've heard what she has said. It's a she's not sure. No, listen to me. I know you kids do that, but now I want to hold people, because if you want to get this right, I'm sorry I will be excused from the meeting. I just want to give her half a call from a small business that meeting. I just want to give my point so that you can put all due respect. So now I want to just hold, because I know we are going out of hacks. We cannot have this meeting, and I promise you that we're going back to our people, to our workers, to our traders in the market, to have my general meeting to discuss this issue. The point has been taken. I've taken it. Secondly, in any angle that we need to get this done, people need to be responsible. So you look at me, I will come to you. You know me when I say it, I do it. So you organize that area of music. We have made it clear. We do not want children to stay home. Those entertainment are needed within the city. The tourists also are very happy. The problem is that this is quite a lot without not giving them time. So if we can be organized, so I am holding you onto that, I will come to you. So you take that responsibility, you go to them, because we cannot do that, go to them, we haven't got that money, we can speak to them. So sometimes we get out of hand. So which they can The last one I'm saying is just this request that we are giving you people. Make sure that it goes inside on the request that we have asked here. We need this, we need that, we need that. If there is a possibility, everything is possible. If they see that we can get this to zero, as part of that, on the permanent structures, which I know heritage has been no, they should pull it and let it be there. But sometimes nobody ever knows. If it comes much, we're going to die. The last one I'm saying is just this. I want people to live here with this. That the Green Market Square traders are well behaved in that area. The noise that are coming out are not intentional.
Yes. No,
My
we
sincere apology.
totally understand
Take
that.
take this apology to the former traders and the hotels around it. That rule is just that it's not intentionally, but we have heard. We're going to see what we can do. It's a working process.
Okay.
I thank you. I'll be
Thank
watching
you.
from another meeting.
Thank you all so much, and that was our story. Unless some of you still have something on your heart that you want to share, questions,